Hey guys, it's your boy Beach3 here at the Funny TV on YouTube, and I'm gonna go ahead and talk about Bird Box and how I feel about it. So I'm just gonna rush right into this. I don't wanna, make no spectacular thing, but first off, the revelation of Bird Box is there's these creatures going along, and you never get to see it. So if you go into this movie thinking, okay, there's a monster here, everyone's going crazy, or like you heard about it, and like, do we ever get to see the face of the monster? You don't. But with the one key feature is if you stare at the creature, you go crazy and either commit suicide. Apparently, you end up killing yourself. There's only one character who was able to resist it before a split second. And that was the character you'll find Tom, and he was protecting everybody. And he looked at the creature, knew he was gonna die, but right before he finished himself, he killed he killed an attacker. So he was able to resist it for a second, which kind of puts in my head that there's a possibility it can be resisted. Because everybody else that has seen the creatures or looks at the creatures immediately like they go crazy and immediately they kill themselves. But he was able to hold it off. So that's something I thought about. Like, wow, there's a possibility it could be held off.
Well,
But
he had something to fight for.
yeah, he had something to fight for. So I truly believe that there's a possibility that their control of whatever's making people go crazy can be actually, controlled. It can be resisted. I mean, because even if he had something to fight for, even for no matter how short it was, he was still able to resist it longer than anybody you had seen on screen. What else was another thing? So, when these creatures come around, and one distinctive way that you know that the creatures are near are birds. Birds will literally go batshit crazy whenever the monsters are near. So, the main character has these three birds, and she puts them in a box, and yes, that's where the name comes from. But she uses that, and whenever the birds start chirping and going crazy, that's how you know there's a monster nearby. Like I said, you never see it. So that kind of, for me, it kind of takes away some suspenseful thing that, oh, you don't get to see the face behind the monster, but it's good because now you're always wondering what the monster looks like. There's a guy character who pulls out a bunch of drawings he has of the monsters, but one distinctive thing that I noticed that each picture was different. Each picture was different, so maybe it's an ever-changing monster, maybe it's multiple separate monsters. The point of a movie isn't really the monsters. It's, as the main character basically keeps saying, it's surviving.
Correct.
They survive. Sorry, that's my dog's back there. But they survive around here. They move around here. So that's the whole point of it is survival. So my review of it and basically how I feel about it, it's a really good movie. Like, I'm gonna suggest you watching it, even if I spoil something. Even if I spoil stuff, there are still like bits and pieces of the movie that I said you can still enjoy. So even if you have it spoiled for you, I personally believe it's still something you can enjoy. I still like it. Now, I was expecting to be traumatized. So like my sister sat there and told me, and she said, "Oh yeah, it traumatized me." And I was just sitting there, but now I'm just kind of sitting here, just like it's a good suspense movie, but if it really has horror in the title, no, no. But I think the movie is best for people who don't know what to expect, who don't know the story. So technically, I'm kind of cross platforming here, kind of destroying the point. But there's kind of no way to talk about the movie without spoiling the movie, because otherwise you can just say Sandra Bullock tries to survive. So that's why monsters. But that is the revelation. It's called Bird Boxes because she has birds in boxes that'll tell them when the monsters are near, and that you don't get to see the faces of the monsters.
Tubi, why would
Like I said, it's really good. I like it, and I suggest everybody watch it. But I definitely, out of a 10, I definitely give it a 7 out of 10. Like, I went in there not knowing what I was gonna get, But I wouldn't say keep your hopes too up. If I'm like this is the next biggest hit, the next scariest thing on the screen, no. But if you're ready for a nice, good, suspenseful movie, go ahead and watch it. Like I said, I think it's fantastic. The character models can be I don't know. Then again, in an apocalypse, I guess characters can don't have to be too fleshed out. But I wish like Sandra Bullock's character was more fleshed out because a large part of the movie she kind of seemed cold and unnerving. Only few emotion times where she like shows other emotion besides just nothingness. I don't know. There was more emotion in the other lead Tom and a jackass character that y'all gonna love. There was more emotion in other people. I definitely said in other people than there was her. She did a great performance. Everyone did great. But like I said, go ahead and go to Netflix, borrow your friends Netflix, be the parasite you want to be, and go ahead and watch it. I suggest it. It's really good. And that is my review. You guys have a great day. Happy New Year.